beautiful people, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Niger Mouthpiece. This episode promises to be exciting, and a lot it's going to be let out today. It is often said that the journey of 10,000 miles starts with wearing a good shoe. But I tell people, not only a good shoe, a good cloth is needed as well. Okay, our guests for today will be introduced by my partner, the host of this wonderful event, talking about Mr. Philip DK, popularly known as Mega.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice Imadu, the Agbele Pawo one of Canada. Anyway, we want to use this opportunity to welcome again our viewers on this special episode of Niger Mouthpiece. And we have a big fish on the program today. We have a man that has been into fashion for more than a decade. He's been in Canada for over 2 decades. He has so many experience clothing celebrities in Canada and worldwide. We will give him the opportunity of saying much more about himself, because there is no way we want to introduce him that will be like him talking about himself. Thank you. We have Mr. Muyiwa Fasoranti on set today.
Thank you, Mr. Philip. Thank you, Mr. Maurice, for the introduction. I'm highly humbled to be here today, and I appreciate this opportunity to enlighten you guys more about the fashion industry in Canada. I'm going to start by introducing myself. My name is Muyiwa Fasoranti. I'm a Canadian citizen. I moved to Canada in 1996, and it's not been easy. Like, if anybody says anything is easy, they're lying to you. But I mean, I'm not gonna bore you with my time, but I'm just gonna go straight to a few points. I came to Canada in 1996, and when I came, like they say, when you come to Canada, when you come overseas, they pick money on the floor. Wow, that's not the case. I went to school in Nigeria. I went to Obafemi University. That's where I graduated. And before then, I went to international school in Ibadan. So why I'm saying my former secondary school is that my surname, coincidentally, was my nickname in high school.
Wow.
When I was in ISI, my friends used to call me Fashion. That's because I love to dress nice, and I always like to see people. I like to see people dress nice. Even if I go out, I see someone. If I don't know your tie is crooked, I will try to make you look nice. Or your pocket square is not fitting properly, I try to fix it. Mm-hmm. So having said that, when I came to Canada, I went into IT. I was a business analyst for over 15 years. Right. And all this while, I mean, the money was good, but I was not enjoying what I was doing. I was making money, but sometimes I would feel like, should I go, should I not go? But I was a consultant. If you don't go, you don't get paid. So I have to like go. Sometimes my last contract that made me change my mind was in Guelph. It takes about 45 minutes drive to and fro. So I'm like, you know what? I got tired of it. So I decided to follow my passion, which is fashion. And it's so ironic that when I started this, it was about my wife's birthday. She was turning 50. This was 6 years ago. So I needed a suit for her birthday. So I went online, let me check for suits and see if I'll see what I like. And coincidentally, I saw what I liked, and I spoke to the gentleman. He makes suits and stuff like that. I said, okay, I like this suit, and I'm coming that way. I was going to Milan to set up an appointment with my shoe suppliers. So like after when I leave Milan, I'll go to Istanbul to go talk to this guy that had the suit. So I spoke to him. He gave me the suit I wanted, and I'm like, I'm interested in this kind of business. I want to start selling suits. I want to start making suits for men too. Like, okay, no problem. And that's how I started. So I started my business in 2018. That was after I went to Milan. I came from Istanbul, and I spoke to my wife about this. That this is what I want to do. She's like, you want to start a business? I don't know about that too. Okay, wow, that's what I want to do. So we slept over it, and I told her, well, this is what I want to do, and I'm serious about it. So I started to look for stores where I could start a business, and I was lucky. I found a place on Jane Street, which is not here. It was a smaller place. It was like a 2-bedroom. My wife used to call it my parlor. So like I had an office. Another office was my showroom. So that's how I started. And I started from there, and business was good because it was in a little place. It was just like word of mouth. The people were coming, my friends would come. You know, I got people coming from Nigeria. They would call me and order. And then I saw a vacant spot, which is outside of Abundance. And I inquired about it. I inquired about the rent. Where I was before, I was paying $1,500. So this new place, they said it's $5,000. And I said, $5,000. I don't know about that one. No. I don't know about $5,000. I said, don't worry, God will do it. So I spoke to the landlord. We got the place, and she's a registered nurse. So the place was quite big. I'm like, I can't put all. What will I put in that will be enough to fill up this space? So she said, okay. She was selling clothes from her house before in the basement. So she's like, yeah, I said, you know what? You can bring your stuff here, so we'll be here together. We had the men's section on one side and the ladies section on one side. It used to be in this one store before, and as God will have it, I was doing the business, and people got to know me. I designed my website, signed up my page on social media, and then things started. People started to know my brand. You know, I specialize in men's suits, tuxedos, shoes, dress pants, casuals, and stuff like that. So we started the business, and to God be the glory. There was a spot that was vacant next door. So I told my wife, next door is vacant. We can as well just take it, so we have men and ladies. She said, you have come again, this man. I said, don't worry. That's how you said. This was too much. Now let's move. She said, okay. So we took the next spot that was vacant. Like I said, she's a registered nurse, so she resigned as a nurse to do this full time because she's always had a passion for fashion too. So that's how we decided to do men and ladies. And here we are today. You know, to God be the glory. We're doing well. I have celebrities come to my store. I've had Bob D, I've had Aki, I've had, just to mention a few. So I thank God for where I'm at today. I thank God for where He's taking me. I thank God for the opportunity to be able to tell you guys about myself.
You started from this store, and the next door opened. It became for your wife, so that is male, female, and we are also hoping that when the next door open, it will be for children.
Amen.
Stuff as well. Is there a plan for children's stuff?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Oh, so you're just waiting for your neighbors to move out. Okay, so that's a powerful one. And looking at how much you moved from a business analyst and then to the fashion world, was there any time it became tiring? Was there any time it was slow and you wish you just continued with doing your business analysis?
Well, with every business, there's always it's not a bed of roses. You know, I won't say it's been easy, but you see, when people work, it's a different thing to work, and it's a different thing to enjoy what you're doing. When I was doing when I was a business analyst, I was working, I was making money, but I wasn't enjoying what I was doing. So when I started this, I was enjoying what I was doing, which made it easier for me. When you enjoy what you're doing, it's no longer work. It's like you're having fun. So, of course, there are periods that is slow. Especially in Canada, that sometimes clothes are seasonal. You have winter clothes, you have winter stuff, you have summer, you have fall. So every season, you have to change, you have to switch up your inventory. So with retail, you always have inventory. There's no way you can say, oh, you sell everything up and give it away. No. So you always recycle, you know. So there are slow periods in there. I mean, in all, I thank God that we're able to balance, you know, the slow and when it's slow, but when it's fast, you try to, capitalize on that, make enough money. So when it's slow, it won't affect bills and stuff like that.
We appreciate the response we're getting, and I know that our viewers are following up with that, so they can have one or two things to take off from this episode. If I may ask, you've been in Canada for, going by the figure you gave us, 27 years and counting. When you came in, what was it like for immigrants, and compared to what it is like for immigrants today, especially those that are looking forward to own a business of theirs?
Thank you for that. Well, when I came to Canada in 1996, for me, I would say I had soft landing. When I say soft landing, it's because my older brother was here. When he saw rest in peace, he passed away 2 years ago. He was here already. So when I came in, I didn't really have to. You know, some people who come to Canada, they will have to go do a job with the factory and all that. And that's why I said that I had soft landing. When I came, he had like 4 cars, so I had a car to myself, and he was able to take care of me till I decided to go to school. And then I went to school. I went to Humber College. I got my diploma in computer programming. So that's how I was able to go into IT. Back then, it was easier. If you're an immigrant, it wasn't as hard like this to get your papers. You know, I came in as a refugee, which is normal. Yeah. And I got my papers. I came in 1996. I got my papers in 2000. Okay, I got my 2000. That's when I had my son. So it was easier back then. Things were easier. But now, the competition is more. There are more people here, and for refugees, back then, it was. I won't say it was easy. The storyline was that, oh, you this, you're that. But now they are clamping down on different stories that immigrants are putting to them. So it's easier. It's harder to become a Canadian citizen now. And the bottom line, my advice is to people is, if you have something in your mind that you want to do, just do it, and don't hold back. Because I had people when I started to go into business, a lot of my friends were like, no, you business. I don't see you doing business. I don't see you doing. But I'm like, that's what I want to do. And if you put your mind to something and you dedicate your time to it, trust me, it will come through. And I'm a Christian, so I have faith. I don't let nothing worry me. If I want to do something, I just pray about it, and so that's what it is.
Your brand is big and it's getting bigger by the day. How were you able to come up with you having a brand of your own? And I can see that the brand is really making wave.
That's a good question. I decided, like I said, the name, when I started to go into fashion, finding a name wasn't hard for me, because I'm like, you know what? Okay, Fashune. So I'm like, instead of fashion, I decided to name the store Fashune, just to make it different. And the funny thing was, when I was in Ife, we had a funny language that we speak to amongst my friends. So, like, you always had A at the end, like, where did they go A, where did they come in, Fashune. So that's how I decided to say, okay, Fashune. And that's a good name, that's not bad. So I decided to put the E and put the accent on it to make it sound like Fashune. So I'm like, okay, if I'm doing this, I have to brand myself, I have to be different from everybody. I can't have the same, I can't have a suit store and be carrying different names on the suit. So I'm like, you know what, I might as well just brand myself and just lay down my suits Fashune. So that's how that came by, and I've been doing that from I started. So
yeah, before MC Morris comes back with his question, we have big brands. I'm not trying to underrate your brand. Some of them find it difficult breaking into the market. How were you able to break into the market? Because, to be honest, I can see that Fashune is really breaking ground. How are you able to break into the market?
Well, it's persistence. That's a key word. I've been persistent, and like I said, when I want to do something, I don't just want to do it anyhow. I want to do it. I want to make it classy. I want to do it in a nice way. Because when I was looking for the store, my friends were telling me, "Oh, this is too expensive. Why would you want to have a store in Bonn?" But I'm like, you know what? You spend money to make money, and if you're doing it, if you have a fashion store, you have to be. Location is strategic. You have to get a good location where even if you don't, before people know you, like now I have walk-ins. There are restaurants around me, high-end Italian restaurants, where they're waiting for their tables. They come and they just window shop, and where they window shop, they fall in love with my clothing, because my suits are different. You know, they're made in Europe, slim fitted, and you know. And the good thing now is I have big sizes. I go up to size 70 for suits for men. So, and I have a cousin. I won't say a cousin. My church, like little brother, he works at one of the main high-end stores in Toronto. He works at Traffic, and the funny thing is that he directs his clients to me, because he knows the kind of stuff I sell. So when they go up to him, we're looking for this kind of stuff. He said, "Don't worry, go to Fashune." We'll give them my address, and they'll come. I mean, why am I saying that? Somebody came from him today and spent about $2,000 just from referrals. You know, so like the key word is consistency. I mean, you have to be consistent with your brand.
We have a lot of boutiques out there, and then anybody can walk into any boutique and buy clothes. But it becomes exceptional when I have to go to a particular place, when I need to go to Fashune to get my clothes. What makes it unique? What do you think is that selling point? What makes it different from the regular boutique?
Well, what I would say makes it different is my customer service, and I try to make my store a one-stop shop. You know, I don't only sell suits. I sell suits. I sell tuxedos. I sell casuals. I sell dress shirts. I sell dress pants. I sell dress shoes. So most times it's either you don't have money, or you just want your window shopping. That's the only reason why you come into my store and not buy anything. Not because you don't see what you don't like. No, that's not the question. It's either you don't have money, or you're just window shopping to come back the next time. So what makes it so unique is, like I said, consistency. I try to keep my brand different from everybody. My suits are cut differently. When you tell me you're a size 52, when I give you a size 52 in my own suits, they fit different. And my secret, I'm not going to tell anybody, it's just that I have good tailors that make my suits different.
I noticed you got a couple of clients that are some athletes, some of the professionals, different clients from all walks of life, and you've been able to keep hold of them. Like you mentioned when you were introducing yourself personally, you mentioned one of the celebrities from back home in Nigeria, Bob D, that's Chief Dele Momodu, and I know he was here a couple like 2 days ago. So what have you been doing differently, like MC Morris asked, to keep all these entertainers and superstars to hold on to them?
Well, it's all customer service and personal relationship. When my clients come in, when you treat somebody well, when they come into your store, they always come back.
That's true.
So I go extra length to have a relationship with my clients. It's not just customer-client relationship. I take it a little bit personal. I call them randomly. Hey, Bob G, how you doing? How's everything? And then so like that. Another important client of mine is Skynet. Boss Taya Skynet models. I keep in touch with them. Send them messages regularly. And when I have new stuff, I send it to them. Oh, bros, I have these new shoes. I have this new stuff. I'm sure it will look nice on you. So that's how I keep in touch with them. I always keep in touch with them. Once a week, I'll send them a text and say hello. Hey, bros, how you doing? So it's out of mind, it's out of sight. So I don't let them. I'm not out of their mind, but I try to. Make contacts every now and then just to feel their pulse. Okay,
we expecting to see you at any point hosting a fashion show? Like it's anything coming up like that?
Yes, I'm planning on that. Now that we have a female store, so that's in the making. It might be this summer, but hopefully it's something we're planning. Yes.
Okay, talking about you having a female store, how is the synergy? You told us initially that your wife is the one managing the female part, and it's called Femme Fashune. But how is the synergy? What is between both stores? Yeah.
Thank you. Like I said, we used to be in this one store together. And again, my wife is a registered nurse. So a lot of people wonder that why would you leave nursing to be selling clothes or to be in the clothing business? But you see, again, it comes to passion. When you're passionate about something, when you enjoy doing what you're doing, then it's no longer work. And then the synergy is because I love fashion, and she likewise. So we shop for all these things together. We go to Milan, we go to Istanbul, we travel together to shop for the store. So it's always been, like I said, it's been a cordial relationship between myself and my wife, and we take it personal. Personal in the sense that she sees, when we travel, she tells me, oh, I see this person in that's her style. What do you think about it? And oh, that's nice. The same way when I go to men's stores to shop for my clothing, like, I like that. Do you like the color? Say, oh, that color is nice. Let's do blue. Let's do green. Let's do orange. Let's do this color. So it's been a joint effort on both sides. You know, I can, if she's not here, I know the prices for the stuff in our store because I have a list of everything there. So even if I'm not here too, it's the same thing. So we work hand in hand, and so the energy is like it's so high. I mean, for both of us when it comes to managing the two stores. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I want to believe you are enjoying every bit from this wonderful time out with Fashune. We'll take a short break and we'll be back. Stay tuned.
Travailler, owó ló ń gbé ní travailler. Kí ló ń gbé ní dọ́máyé, owó ló ń gbé ní òdọ́máyé. Ayé wá dá, ayé ò sí mọ́. Bí tí láyé ṣe tẹ́ ò lè gbọ́ra yín mọ́. Bẹ̀ ṣe gbogbo táṣẹ́lẹ̀ ní gbogbo yìí lọ sápamọ́. Àìsàn dé so àná láyà wá. Lọ follow me. Tell Mr. Pika make you send my money. Me I no get time for bad energy. Anywhere the money dey, I go dey there for real. Ọmọ ọlọ́pẹ́ o.
Developmental service workers, DSWs, are trained to work with individuals living with developmental disabilities in diverse settings such as classrooms, hospitals, group homes, and our communities. DSWs help their clients become independent in completing activities of daily living and community integration. Behavior Price College of Business and Health Studies offers a unique DSW training by introducing the DSW-B, which is the Developmental Service Worker Behavioral. This unique course incorporates a behavior management course in all 4 semesters of the program and equips graduates with the additional skills to develop and implement program plans based on the principles of applied behavior analysis, ABA. Hurry and register now. Call 416-742-5913 or visit www.behaviorpricecollege.ca. Behavior Price College, in pursuit of excellence.
Welcome back, our viewers, from that short break. I have a question I need to ask you, Mr. Fashune. Aside your brand, Fashune, what other brands do you either distribute for or you have a franchise with at your outlet?
Thanks for that question. My shoes, there's this brand called Super Glamorous. They're out in Milan. I'm the only one that carry their shoes in North America, Canada and the US. If you go on their website, check contact us, you'll see my store there. When you click on North America and Canada, I'm the one that carries their shoes there. So even if you order their shoes from Canada or North America or US, they will tell you to contact Fashune because you're close to me. I'm in North America and Canada. So if you have any issues with your shoes, I can easily ship to you and stuff like that. And aside from that, I met the G-Squared brothers, that's Dean and Dan, when I was in Milan in 2018, and very friendly guys. And I told them I had a store in Canada, and they asked me to send them my store pictures and all that. But when I met them initially, I didn't have a storefront that I could boast of and say, oh, this is my store. So when I moved here, and I went back to Milan to meet them, I showed them my store pictures, I showed them, they asked for the square footage and all that. And I told them, so they said, okay, you know what, we like you. We won't make you a major distributor, but we'll sell you a brand the same price we sell to major suppliers. I was surprised that they could just allow me to do that. So I have G-Squared, I sell G-Squared in my stores. And I also have Eton. Eton, they make shirts from Sweden. And I was able to, with the help of God, because like it's been all God, it's not me, you know. Because Eton, when I approached them, they said, "Oh, before you start, you have to buy, you have to pay, you have to be able to buy shirts of up to $20,000 at a time." So I'm like, okay. So I thought about it. I spoke to my wife about it. I said, okay, let's do it. I mean, it's a good brand that will sell. So I'm happy to announce that I carry Eton shirts in my store, and other brands too. I carry Amiri, although I don't have their franchise, but I go to Milan too. I go to the outlet store. I get the Amiri shirts there. And the ladies' side, we have Fuasakis, which is a big couture designer in Europe. And when we approached them too, they said we have to buy 50 dresses. And each dress is like average of $600. And I told my wife that we just finished Eton. You know what else to do for Asaki. So we went to meet them. We spoke to them. They liked my wife from when they saw her. Like, okay, you know, we like you. We'll deal with you guys. So they are instead of paying for 50 dresses, it's okay, pay for 25 dresses, and after we'll reimburse them. And that's how we started, and we never looked back since then.
On a lighter mood, do you allow people, because I know there are some stores that people can go rent stuff, use them for their events, and they come back, or should I say, do you allow borrow posts for our slay queens out there?
Oh no, the hassle is too much. You rent out something to somebody, they pay a token, and when they bring it back, it's destroyed. So sometimes the way I look at it, if I give somebody something to go where I don't want to bring it back to my store. So I do exceptions for people that come to me, or we have a wedding, or whatever, and I help them. You know what? I say I don't rent, but if my mind tells me to bless them with a suit, I do that. So, but rental, we don't.
So, what are the challenges facing fashion business here in Canada, and how are you able to summon them? Knowing fully well that originally you're from Africa, what are the challenges you've been facing?
The main challenge is our skin color. And where my store is, initially when I first opened, there used to be an Italian guy here before. So his former clients will come and say, oh, where's Peter? Where's Peter? I'm like, no, Peter is no more here. So who's here now? I said, oh, it's you? Okay. So they walk around. Oh, you have nice stuff. Where did you get your stuff from? So when they hear Milan, when they hear Italy, they're relaxed because most of them are Italians. So with the fashion industry, with the high interest rate and all that, it has affected a lot of things, mostly shipping. Because when I get my stuff, I like to travel to touch and feel what I'm bringing to my store. I don't order from the computer. I travel there, I feel. So when I buy stuff, the challenge is now shipping it back to Canada, which is expensive. When it gets to Canada, you have to clear through customs. That's another hurdle that you have to cross. But in all, there's no business that's not challenging. Like I said, it's your dedication that surmounts most of the obstacles. Aside from my skin color, it's challenging because there are lots of high-end stores too that sell different things. Like before I had my store, I was a shopaholic. I used to go to Hotel Free a lot and spend a lot of money there. But now that I have my own store, I wear my own stuff. I wear stuff that I buy. And what brings customers to me is because the high-end stores, their stuff is more expensive. They have more overhead. I don't have as much overhead as they do, so my price is quite moderate. It's not astronomically high like the high-end stores. I sell the same thing that they sell. It's like my Eton shirts, my Discord jeans, they have them there too. But I try to make my prices reasonable. So that's why they come to me. And so basically the main challenge is high cost of living right now. Most people rather eat than buy clothes.
Yeah, that's true.
Except people that are really, really into fashion, like people that really, really want to dress and look nice, which thank God there are still people like that, like Mr. Philip is a good client, Mr. Morris, So,
do you have other stores somewhere, maybe not in Canada, maybe outside, maybe Nigeria, back home, and or this is the only one for now? And if this is the only one, are you planning on expansion?
I'm actually working on opening a store in Abuja, hopefully by the end of the year. Yes, I'm trying to expand here too. Like you said, I'm trying to open a children's store for boys and girls, like under 18 and below. So that way we have children, we have men, and we have women. Ultimately, my goal is to have different branches in Canada. Because I have clients in Alberta. Like, why don't you have a store in Alberta? They call me from Nova Scotia. I come down to the store in Nova Scotia. So hopefully, eventually, they'll be able to meet all the demands of my clients.
Thank you. I want to ask you, since after the COVID, it's been difficult getting staffs and hold on to them because most people are no longer comfortable with the earnings, especially with the cost of living that has gone so high. How have you been able to keep your staff that are working with you at the two locations?
Well, and again, it all depends. It all depends on the relationship. It's key in everything. So, like the staff we have, we don't treat them like staff. We treat them like family. So that way, we try to make them. If you hire somebody and you don't make them happy, they won't be happy working for you. So all our staff will make sure we make them happy. Sometimes they take stuff. They don't have to pay for it until they're ready to pay. So we give them a long time to pay whatever they buy, and they have a good discount from being staff. So they have a lot of benefits too. So we keep them happy and try to make sure that we keep them happy and make sure that well-being is being looked after too.
Okay, I'll quickly say, talking about staffs paying when it's convenient for them, do you also run a credit line for people out there? Because I know a lot of companies in Nigeria, you can buy now and pay later. Are people allowed to do that in clothing as well?
Unfortunately, because like we have the layaway plan. If you buy something, you have to pay now. Yeah, you can keep it and then you pay gradually over a certain time. And once you pay up, you can take your stuff.
Oh, I can buy it and then you keep it for me. So,
layaway plan, yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, you made us understand from the beginning of the interview that the business is a family business.
Yeah.
Madam came off her call, which is nursing, and she joined you in the business. To what extent has he helped to boost the business and
our best friend? We used to live around the store here, but now we moved up north. So we drive together every day in one car. So every day we drive together. Going back after we finish, we drive together. Go back home. So like we spend time together discussing the business And I must give this to her. She's a very, very strong woman. And in terms of, like my friends tease me that, Madame Store, they beat your store. Madame Store, they're busy. But I mean, in essence, women shop more than men. The man will come in here, they know what they want, boom, 10 minutes, they're gone. But the women will go in there, they will try 10 dresses, and sometimes they will say, I will think about it.
And sometimes they want to gossip.
Yes. Sometimes they just come to see, they say they have a store, let me see what they have. But honestly, I would say women buy more clothes than men because like I said, a man will come 10 minutes, they're done. A woman will try 5 dresses. To own a store like a woman's store, because I tell her she's very patient. I try to be patient too, but sometimes my patience, I'm a patient man, don't get me wrong. But sometimes some people just come and want to waste your time for nothing. So over time, I can tell when somebody walks into my store, I know who wants to buy and who is just there to fool around. Thank God for that gift. So I know when to be serious with somebody and spend my time diligently on them and to make sure they get what they want. Working with my wife is great. I enjoy working with her because she's hardworking. She's persistent. She's a prayerful woman, and in all honesty, I think having the 2 stores gives us a kind of balance. Some days my side is slow. Some days her side is, she's banging, like we call it slam dunk. Slam dunk is when you have a customer that spends at least $4,000. I'll just tell, hey, babe, you're slam dunk. To give me a high five, I will go home and just be happy and talk about it. So I think we working together is a blessing. Like they say, 2 heads are better than 1. So I thank God for our life and our dedication to the business.
Okay, before we take a diversion from that, now you both almost resume the same time and close the same time. It's there in any ways that it affects other things that you have to do, like probably do maybe things at home and all of that. Doesn't it affect?
Well, my kids are grown. So right now we're living a life like boyfriend and girlfriend. We live together alone in the house.
Oh, okay.
So we do stuff together. Like on Fridays we try to hang out, go to
party
a club
together
or something and just have fun. It's just about creating fun for ourselves.
So hopefully when the children's side is open, your kids can also take over there.
Well, I hope so, but children that are born in Canada, they have their own mind. Because I used to tell my son, if my dad had this kind of store, I would not leave. In fact, he would tell me, it's enough to tell me, go home and sleep. But my kids, they're not interested. It's so unfortunate.
Talking about the fact that you go out with a madam Friday evenings to chill out, how else do you unwind? How else do you enjoy yourself? Maybe what are your hobbies?
I love basketball, and thank God this is basketball season. So most times after work, I go to my study. If I have some emails to follow up, I try to finish it up before I go to bed. And I go to my living room and I watch basketball most times. I'm a social drinker. Sometimes I'll have 2 shots of whiskey just to wind up the day. And then weekends, because we live in the suburb, we go, now that the weather is better, we go to, they have some outdoor beaches, Wasaga Beach, and so on like that. And Sundays, we don't open on Sundays. So Sundays, we go to church. After church, we go somewhere every Sunday we must go somewhere to have lunch. Either we go to Toronto or somewhere, you have to keep a balance. Otherwise, in this country, like, dispersion is, it's so real. So we try to make ourselves happy, create fun for each other, go to the movies, and go to events. Like Mr. Morris has events, I'll go there. My brother here has events, we'll go there. So we just try to socialize and then at the same time promote the business while we're doing that.
Okay. So the big question is for those that wants to go into the fashion business, that wants to come into the fashion world.
Right.
What is your advice?
Well, my advice to them is, like I said, nothing is easy. If it's something you enjoy doing, you make it. But if you just want to go do it for the money and you don't understand the business, it's a big risk. But I see upcoming people who come to me for advice, and I'm open. I'm open to advise them. I even have somebody. He doesn't have a shop right now. He advertises suits online, and he comes to me when he has an order. So I order for him, and then he comes to pick it from me, because the way the ordering works, if you buy one suit, you pay more when you buy one. He doesn't have money to buy like 10 at a time. So what I do, he tells me, oh, he has an order. I say, okay, don't worry, I'll order the 10. Even though he needs one, I don't need the 9. But I order it because of him, so that he can at least make something and and come back. And sometimes he brings his clients here. Oh, we have a store. I'm open to advise people, and I always tell people that the fashion industry, you have to be dedicated. You have to keep thinking how you can rebrand yourself, what you can do every day to make your store look better. Because every day I come in here, I move things around so that because most times people come, do you have any new things? Do you have any new things? Nobody has the money to be having new things every week. So what I do, I move stuff around and make the store look like new. So even if you come, you might have seen something before, but where you say it, the way I will match it together will be different. So it's consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to be dedicated.
Yeah.
And once you have all those, you're good to go.
Thank you very much. We're rounding up, but then we're going to ask you. We have a couple of upcomings that just came into Canada. We have people that are still looking forward, moving out of the country, Nigeria, maybe to the United Kingdom or anywhere. So what would be your advice to people that are here already, that have not found their feet, but are still trying to find their feet, and people that are planning to leave the shores of the country, Nigeria? What would be your advice for them?
My advice, I can always tell people, is that you have to find your passion. When you find your passion, and then you'll be able to, if you're confused, you don't know what to do, just sit back and think of what do you like doing? What do you enjoy doing? From that, you get your passion. And once you get your passion, the sky is your limit, But the most important thing is to identify your passion. Because instead of working for other people, there's nothing wrong with doing a 9 to 5. If it's your passion, that's fine. But if you want to go into business, there has to be something that you enjoy doing. Because you're not going to put your money into something and put someone there and say, okay, I'm starting a business, okay, you stay there, and then you go do something else. No, it won't work like that. So I'll just advise them that, find your passion. Once you find your passion, the remaining is easy. I know about finance, sometimes money issue can come in. Well, another thing I would advise people in this part of the world is you need to have a good credit. With credit, you can do anything. But if you don't have no credit, you're like a dead man living. So once they get there, I will advise them to work on their credit, because with your credit, you can get anything. You can buy a house, you can get a loan from the bank to start a business and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to Nigerian Mouthpiece. This is the man behind Nigerian Mouthpiece. Thank you for the interview, and I'm sure you're going to go places, because this is what people need to know. People want to know about people's success. They want to hear how they did it, so you can advise them and how to go about it. You're doing a good job. Good luck, my brother.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been another wonderful episode of Niger Mouthpiece, and I hope viewers at home have been able to enjoy themselves. Keep watching out for explosive editions, and I know if you have not learned anything today, you would have learned that passion, once whatever you do is driven by passion, sky will be your starting point. Cheers.